Yeah.
Hey sis.
Hey sis.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
That's very good. That's very good. We over here just chit chat. We finished a nice conversation about girl codes.
Yes.
And now we just gonna just sit here and maybe touch base
Have a conversation
about
anything.
whatever.
The girl talk.
The girl talk that we usually have and the things that's going on. I want to give a shout of. Actually, I want to give a moment of silence to a friend of mine who actually lost her son. He was killed in New York. So, Alicia, I send my thoughts and my sympathy to you and your family.
Absolutely.
For Luis, we love you and we're here for you. And my son already is down there holding your hand because he drove down last night just to be with you. So,
I couldn't even imagine.
my condolences to you and your family. We love you. Moment of silence for Luis Caballero. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Wow. It's really, I just can't, I can't imagine
22.
losing my child. It's the state of the world is just, it's crazy. It is really, ain't no mother not like that. I mean, no mother should lose their child. We all know that's the reality, but to lose your child prematurely over just being at the wrong place at the wrong time.
It's just, I'm
It's
like,
heartbreaking.
it's heartbreaking
Yeah.
and I'm numb.
Because
numb.
it's happening
It's
so
happening
much.
so much. I'm numb to it.
Whether it's police or just gang and
violence,
just
black on black crime, like
it doesn't make sense. It
aren't
doesn't
you
make
guys
sense.
tired
It
of
doesn't make
fighting
sense.
each other?
It
Can
doesn't-
we come to some type of resolution?
Something.
Right now, we're fighting a big thing here, trying to get this president out of the office.
And people,
Your vote matters.
yes, it
Your
does.
vote matters. It counts. Vote.
Even
vote.
if even people who feel, oh well, it doesn't make a difference. Just at the local level, those rules, those laws that's being created that we tend to ignore at the local level has to do with us personally, our children,
Our health
personally.
care. They're trying to take your health care away from you. Them last 3 questions. Pay attention to them. It's about
Pay attention to
you.
all of it.
The yes, the no, the no, yes at the end of the ballot.
What I mean is,
It's
the
trying
whole
to take
thing.
your health care away from you, not protect you when you get old. These
Yes,
are the
'cause
things.
I'm getting
These are the
there,
things
and I
that you're
want-
gonna be looking for
Absolutely, because
when you
even
get to
Social
that
Security,
age.
Social Security. I mean, I put all
might,
of us,
might be run dry, and you
all
put
of us,
into it.
all of us have put our money in Social Security, and it wasn't voluntarily. You don't have to pay your taxes, but they're gonna take money for your Social Security, and for our Social Security to be threatened. That's our money. It's not like somebody gave it to us. It's not charity.
You work for it.
It's our money that we work for.
Hard for it.
But the whole thing is getting back to our children and what is going on, the state of America right now.
Full of hate.
I have never, at my age, I never thought.
History will repeat itself from what you read.
Yep. They said if you don't learn from it, history will repeat itself. And America has not learned. It's unfortunate that America has not learned. And for that, you have people who are not the majority but they are fear mongers, they're hate mongers, and they have put the focus on making America great again. And you tell me, what was great? What was great? The only thing I know that was really great is, as a kid, I only had to pay a penny for a piece of candy. I can get on the train for 25 cents. I can play at home and outside my front yard and not have to worry being gunned down. But I was at a young age that I didn't really know politically what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
But what was so great? Do you know?
Not at all.
I don't know what was so great.
Not at all.
And
not the way he talking.
Exactly.
And ain't nothing great he said yet.
And the attitude
And he's
now
teaching he's teaching
hatred.
He's teaching hatred, and he's teaching you that this COVID ain't out here.
And
He's trying to make you think that it's an illusion of a fake disease that's out here.
Fake virus.
Yeah, fake virus out here.
You can't die from COVID.
Huh?
No, he said you can't
die
no,
from
send the kids
He's
back to school.
He's living proof.
Send the kids back to school.
He should have got the strand that had all strands of all strands of all strands. He should have had the worst strand.
I don't think he had it, but that's just my opinion.
That could be it too, just to show face, but
well, no, it wasn't. It was so much. It was so much going on there.
We can't have him in office.
We needed the focus needed to be off of him. So, what's the best way as far as like a spoiled child is to play sick. If you don't want to go to school, what you do? You play sick. So, but it's real. Even though it's fun, it's so
You're right.
It's so unbelievable. It's funny, but then it's so unbelievable that it's frightening for our young children, people of color, kids who are separated from their mother, and no one thinks that's serious, that you have 500 children
that still ain't got their parents yet from when you was taking them at the border.
And they can't, who's to say that they will ever find their parents?
Some of them are not trying to be found on purpose just so their child can have a better life. Because what are you going to do with them 500 children? You got to do something with them. I'm just saying, like, what do you do with the children that's out here? Because the first thing he said is they're well taken care of. We got enough hate. We got enough hate between black and white. Let's just put it black and white. Racism is just enough. But then we have our own against each other. I want to talk about. As a parent, I have a child. I have a son. And he's at a funeral. Me growing up, I think my first funeral I ever went to was a relative's funeral.
Yeah. That's the only funeral I went to.
Was a relative's funeral. And they weren't, and I'm not saying this to be cliche, they were old relatives. They were people of age that, eventually would expire, not, maybe because of illness, but just in age in general.
Which is
which is called life. It's called the normal way of life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You were burying your old. You were burying your grandparents. Your
great aunt,
your great aunt, older people. I'm hearing. I'm not gonna say I'm going because the last funeral I went to was my mother's, and I'm hearing everybody's burying their children now. Not you burying your parents or your grandparents, but you're burying your children. Can we think for a minute? Boys and girls, sisters, brothers, Can we talk for a minute? Can we just relax?
And ask why.
Do a good deed at least once a day.
Something.
It's contagious. Smile.
It's easy.
It's easy.
It's easy to smile.
Put the guns down. We ain't doing nothing but proving these other people right.
Cause you know that's what they say. Oh, they hoodlums, they savage, they not knowing
They're
that it's
animals.
a condition. It's
They're-
a condition that was put on us for survival. When you put
I need
people
our
together.
younger. I need a younger generation to take up for us. We gave you the tools because you wasn't smart from the door.
well, that's
you didn't
true.
get you wasn't smart from the door. You know,
You learned.
everything that you do, you were taught. And at certain ages, some things you know that you're taught, you know darn well, are either no good or worth everything. But hate is never something that you're born with. Hate is taught.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Jealousy is taught. It's a behavior.
And I want to say something to add on to what you're saying is for our young black men, young boys, that a lot, because of society, a lot of our young boys are growing up fatherless. And back in the day, the women raised the sons and raised them well, but it was different because you could, excuse the expression, you could knock your son out when he misbehaved, disrespect. You can actually knock him out. And you didn't have to worry about going to jail, but that child was respectful of elderly, of women. They were respectful. But you can't do that now. I think I have 6 sons. 6 sons. My last 3, I raised them by myself. I think it is very, very important that men, single men, even, men that have children, if you know somebody who has a child that's a male, take some responsibility to help that person raise that child, because what is that saying?
To
That
be a man,
we a village.
it takes a village.
It takes a village. And I really truly believe that is critical in the development of our young men, because a lot of young men, the mother is going off to work. She's trying to do what she's trying to do to make ends meet, feed you, dress you, keep a roof over your head, and even trying to entertain you, to give you what you want. But sometimes that's not enough. But there might be a neighbor across the street. I was blessed because of where I lived, which was kind of far from my family. But I had a neighbor that crossed the street, and that neighbor took my sons as though they were his sons, and he taught them things as far as being a man. Even to the simple part is how to make a tie. He would take them. It was a group, and he and other men, strong men.
Both of them in this house how to do a tie.
You had to teach both of them.
Yeah.
Well, but the point is that some men need other men because
exactly.
because there's so much out there, and they want to talk. my son didn't talk to me as far as as far as sex. They didn't talk to me, but I told him, look,
Yeah,
look,
mine ain't
you
talking
better
about that either.
cover yourself. Umbrella. Now, if you don't want to talk to me, if you too scared to talk to me, you have older brothers and you have uncles. You talk to them, because I
If you
don't
feel
want you
comfortable. Yep.
to bring no babies in this house. But more importantly, I don't want you to catch anything.
Yep.
So I was blessed that there was people that entered in my life to help me. But there's a lot of young men out there that they find their closeness, they find that
In
belonging
gangs, in the
in
street.
gangs or other boys
In the street.
that's in the street. So we got to take responsibility for that too. Just like she said, as far as the killing, 22 years old. But we already dealing with the cops, the bad cops. Not all cops are bad, but there are bad cops out there that have let's say there's bad people, racist people who have infiltrated the police force, and they don't care whether a black man lives or dies. So we already have that battle of our black men and women being killed by people in authority. Then you want to
eliminate yourself. Then you want to help eliminate yourself. Why?
Because you can't go to a party, have a good time, come back home, but somebody just randomly just kills you, just shoots you without no regard. Come on, there's so much that we can do
together instead of separate.
Because our young men and women are smart. There's some of them, they are paving the way, and they're not fearful, and they're talking about this racism, this cancer that has surrounded us.
They're also showing rage also. I want you guys to stop looting, stop burning down.
And I don't think all of it is them.
I know for sure it's not all.
Yes.
But
those of you
who participate, stop. Why? You're only doing it in your own neighborhood.
That's what doesn't make sense.
You're over here looting and you're burning down establishments, and then want to know why you can't go to the store no more to get a carton of milk or a carton of eggs because you done burnt down the damn store in your own neighborhood.
And they don't want you in their neighborhood because they looking at you as you walking through. Even the ones who are innocent, they walking in the store, and you have somebody falling behind you because they have put you in a category
already of
negativity.
Worst. Yep. Already.
Which of course is not true, because we didn't do the same to them. They lynched us and everything. We judge them by how they treat us. But they don't do the same thing. But we are hurting our own selves. Brothers, the adult, the men. Mentor somebody.
Grab a kid, grab a male kid and teach him something. Teach him how to use a hammer, a screwdriver. Teach him how to plug in the TV. Because the two men here,
but
they the greatest men of all, but they just don't know how to do regular stuff.
You have, and not
but
to say better,
good men. I got two good men.
But not to say that we should be teaching our children. I wish
I wish I knew how to use a screwdriver.
Girl, I'm telling you. But you know what? Not to say all, but the Hispanic men, when they come in and they do something in the house, their son is right there. Even if he don't want to, he's learning how to do something constructive, because no matter who they lay off, you gonna want them to fix a pipe, fix a wall, paint,
Yes.
put some.
Encourage our children to be productive. Fighting, guns, stealing, robbing, hitting old ladies over the head, scamming, credit cards, robbing Social Security, lying to unemployment. All those scams. Stop.
And it's a trickery because a young man is not going and just buying a gun. Somebody's bringing the guns in. It's a sabotage. We have to really, really educate ourselves. It is sabotage. They figure, okay, you already feel hopeless. Guns don't just walk in the neighborhood. Somebody is putting guns in the neighborhood. Somebody is putting a gun in somebody's hand and saying, this is the way, this is the answer.
And some of the laws are helping.
This is the way to do it.
Some of the laws is helping because this is a gun-toting state right here.
Yeah, it is. It's a gun-toting state. I got my gun and I will carry. I will have my gun. But the ones that are killing, the ones that is killing, they not getting that gun legally.
Yeah.
Somebody is handing them the gun, just like some people are painting themselves black and throwing gas bombs or whatever kind of bottles in stores, and they think it's us.
I've seen the Wendy's. That was a clear child that threw that firebomb in Wendy's.
So with they creating an atmosphere, that we are actually playing along. It's like playing chess. They are making a move because they know we're gonna make this move.
And they
we
know
need
we're
to
gonna react.
surprise them. We are gifted, talented, superbly made by God, black people or people of color. So much has been done to black people and we still caught up. They never thought we would achieve what we have achieved right now. Today, we have achieved so much, even with the obstacles that they have brought before us to stop us. Even with racism right now, we still have young black children, men and women who are achieving, who are creating things for the betterment of mankind. Still doing it right now.
Absolutely.
But they focus on the young men, the broken boys, girls. They focus on that. That's what you see on TV. We need to change that. And if we can't change it, we need to change ourselves. Start buying from people who support us. We as black people, our money power is strong.
It's real strong.
We would be the 10th largest country in the world. Our black money would be the 10th largest country in the world as consumers.
For 1 week and don't spend $1.
Except for us or those we support.
Ourselves. I'm pretty sure I can find a black-owned grocery store. I'm pretty sure I can find a black-owned fish market. I'm pretty sure I can find a black-owned. First of all, we do hair, so I know I ain't gonna have no problem doing that. I've experienced nails. I know we're doing that, but we need our black contractors. We need our black lawyers. We need our black doctors. We need our black nurses.
And be ones that you're not gonna rip off your own.
Yeah, that's the other
Treat
thing.
your own. Treat your own.
That's the other
better
thing.
than you would treat your own good. Don't assume that because I'm black, I got to utilize. I got to go treat out because I have personally, purposely used my own for certain things, and I would expect you to do me better. I'm not saying give me a discount, make it cheaper, but I would expect you to give me the same quality as you would anybody else. But because I am the same as you rip
I don't
me
get
off.
my shit on time.
Or you gonna rip me off, or you gonna give me some junk, and then you gonna get mad. You gonna get mad because I complain.
Right.
We have got to
do better.
We got to do better
as our own.
We have got to do better for ourselves, to ourselves, for the sake of our children, our future.
We got to be the example for them, because right now we're losing them too.
We're losing them
too.
Either
we're losing
bad
them
cops,
to gun violence, or health, gun violence, health, or bad policing.
We got to do better.
We got to do better. We have to.
We in the black neighborhoods, you find the biggest as far as fast foods. You don't have restaurants that have, and that's not all, but a lot of times if you go into the black community, you find so many fast foods, which is, we know, it's already been proven that's not the best
food for you. Give you high cholesterol, high blood pressure, everything that we are accustomed to having, regardless. They put in our areas to get it quicker. We already know that's our weak, as black people, that is a weakness.
Because it's fast. We always in a hurry. We trying to get things done. We trying to do this. But it's killing us. It's really killing us. What we are doing to ourselves. Because we don't do any research, and I'm not speaking everybody.
Right.
But a lot of times we just believe what somebody says instead of doing our own research. And when we do our research and we motivate ourselves to read, we will learn that a lot of stuff was kept secret. Because that saying, even though it's hurtful, that saying that they said, the best way to keep the best way to keep a black man from learning or knowing something is to put it in a book.
Because we won't touch it.
Because we won't touch it. And there is so much information out there in researching that we can learn and pass it on.
Absolutely.
Instead of listening to, watching the TV. I mean, and now internet.
Take a teaspoon of bleach to get rid of COVID. Yeah, stuff like that. Make stuff.
And there's people that believe that. There's
believe
people
it
who
and
believe
try
that.
it. Like, come on now.
Instead of realizing, okay, bleach will kill you. You're not supposed to consume it. We got to do better for our children. This nation, I'm not gonna let nobody run. My ancestors died building this country. That White House was built by my people of my color. Everything that has been great in this country, whether it's in medicine, clothing, the things that we use around the house to make it easier for us to clean, was created by our people.
Color folks.
We have achieved great things, and we continue.
We come in all shades. All beautiful shades and colors.
And if your hair is kinky, embrace it. If your nose is wide, embrace it. If your lips are full, embrace it. If your skin is as dark as this, embrace it. Because there are no mistakes. You are beautiful just the way you are. We have to learn to love ourselves. We have to. Because they made us hate ourselves because of our skin, because of the texture of our hair, because of our nose, because of our lips, because of our butt. And folks trying to be that now. But we have to, it's self-hate. We got to stop. We have to stop because this is the way God made us. We are a beautiful people. We are talented. We are gifted. And they can't stop us from doing what we do. From music to medicine. The greats are music.
Absolutely.
Even with slavery, even with segregation, we created the greatest music. And what they do is they copied our music and we shared it. We gave it freely. We gave it freely.
Absolutely. That's all I can keep doing is agreeing with you.
Because we got to realize just how our importance, our value. We
know your worth.
We got to stop killing ourselves
and killing each other.
We have to stop because they killing us. They are killing us. And unfortunately, the mindset of the powers to be are giving them that authority to basically say it is okay what y'all doing. Mm-hmm. If you want to kill them, that's fine. If you want to kill that white person who's supporting them, that's fine.
Look at the Breonna Taylor situation.
That was our own. That was our own person that turned a blind eye for indicting. It's shameful. It is really shameful. And I'm going to touch on this. This is a taboo, but I'm going to touch on it.
Go ahead.
The churches. The black churches.
Sidebar. Go ahead.
It is so, oh my God.
I ain't heard not one black church since the pandemic happened. I ain't hear not one black church stand up to say rat, cat, dog, or help out.
But it's not
with
even
anything, or shelter a person, or even.
Well, you got some of them giving out free ones, but then there was some who started off. They wanted to charge us for taking the test, but then it was such a backlash. Then they changed their mind, and then it became free. But my whole thing is, forget the pandemic. Let's just omit that just for a second. Mm-hmm. The black church produced over 4 billion, if I'm not mistaken, 4 billion collectively. There is no reason why we should have bad schools. We should have home shelter. We should have homeless. The black church should be socialist. That means that when all that money comes in, the black church, that money should, when you say pay tithes and offering, that should be for the storehouse. That means that money is not to build the church so it's the biggest and most beautiful church in the world.
Right.
And so that my salary is $1.6 million a year because I'm doing this, this, and this. The church should be so that you will teach those who are trying broken to fix them spiritually, emotionally, financially.
Get them back right.
The first thing that the church does is, okay, we got this big church, we need to pay it off. So y'all need to pay your tithes, because that's what God says, to pay your tithes. No, what you should do is, if you're going to do that, then you say, you know what, church, we're going to teach you how to get out of debt, how to buy your house. We're going to create our own banks so that y'all can get loans, and we're going to teach you how to buy your house, how to pay off your house, how to buy your car, how to make money for your future.
Even with that, they want $500 for them to teach you that. Huh? So that's like, even then, that's a scam too, because then somebody wants $500 to make money off of you to teach you.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the church. God did not do it for that Bible. I believe in the Bible. Mm-hmm. I believe it. I believe what the Bible says. But I don't believe how churches have prostituted, and this is not just black churches, but it's black people who are hurting the most. And the church, who have been the foundation for all black people, most black people in America going through segregation, we found our guidance from the church. And now the church is so built up, so beautified. The people, the mansions and all the money that comes in. Yes, there's some people who are successful who end up being in church, but the majority, just like the society in the United States, the money that comes in is from the average John Doe taxes. Our taxes is the one that builds the country. The church is the people, the average one, the one that can't pay that light bill, the one that can't pay the car payment, the one that can't pay the house payment. Collectively, that's who's building the church.
Yep.
So it's supposed to teach one so that one can teach another one. It is so sad that right now with the schools, it's the black community, the schools that are no books, no nothing. We can't expect them to help us because they don't want to. But the church can.
Didn't Georgia Tech go up on their tuition?
Probably every one of them went up.
Morehouse went down.
Oh, Morehouse went down?
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Morehouse tuition went down, but Georgia Tech's tuition went up. And they're doing online classes. Shouldn't everybody get cheaper when you're doing online? Because I don't know if
All of them should.
that era with the computers, I don't think I would be able to learn on a computer. Like I would have to be. No, I'm saying. I'm glad I grew up in the era I grew up in, hands-on in a classroom. No, but I'm saying that's the new thing now. Yeah. But see, we are the ones that have to adjust. The younger generation, they're already taught that. That's how they're already brought up on computer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but I'm glad, because if I needed to go to school now and have to be on a laptop, it wouldn't get my attention like that.
Oh, well, I think I would adjust, but the problem is, like
because
you said, if Georgia Tech go up and the Morehouse went down, we shouldn't even be paying that much for education, period.
And now we're thinking about it like, wait a minute,
we shouldn't even be paying. How's it all the other countries you go to, you can go to med school and don't
free.
Have to, and you just have to give back. You have to give back. But it's all about making money. Yes, I want to make money. I want to make a lot of money. I don't want to work for free. I don't want to work for pennies if that's what but if I'm at this stage where I want and I can't get and I need that help,
that means I have to improve. It's something that I have to improve or do more of or do better at. And
right now, I think the black churches have failed, just like the government has failed. I'm sorry. I think the black church in general has failed because now I'm sure there's no doubt in my mind that there's some black churches, because I think there's one in Midwest. The pastor, they have bought properties. They have literally bought properties and they have revamped it and they have built it, and they one by one they help them. So there are some, but this is
starting to widespread now.
Yeah, but this is not a mega church. This is just a nice sized church, and this pastor felt in his heart that this is what I should do. This is what I should give back to the I should give back to the community. Yep. That's what I should do. Give back to the community.
Not dress up my church in more jewels and
church is social. Church is, according to the Bible, the definition of far as what you should do as a Christian, the way Jesus said, a church really should be socialist. Period. It should be socialist. You are there to help those in need. That's the purpose of what the Bible, you are there to help, not from spiritually.
This is a Cindy's gem drop too.
Spiritually, emotionally, financially. And I'm not saying that you like a child, I want. But you should teach, the church is there to help teach for you. What is it? I'm not going to give you a fish. I'm going to teach you how to fish so you can fish for yourself.
Yep.
That's what it should be. And that should go to everything in life. But the church, to me, is the backbone of the black community. It's always been, and it's going to continue to be. But you have more people, especially young people, who refuse to go to church. Refuse to go to church because all they see is hypocrisy. All they see is the church talking about sin,
money,
sin, money, sin, money.
Yep.
And all of us fall short. All of us are sinning. All of us have done something wrong. But the church, who gives you the right to pick which sin is worse than the other?
Yeah.
No one is to judge. You are to love me. You are to love me. Basically, love me out of my sin. Just like when we were talking earlier about, women encouraging other women, and I was saying that this woman had said a compliment to me,
and didn't know
what I was going through.
Right, and it lifted your spirit.
It lifted me so much. So we don't know what people are going through. So it is our responsibility. We can't say, well, I don't want to get involved. It's still our responsibility to encourage and help where somebody has fallen short and correct them, but correct them in a loving way. That's the church responsibility. That's what God said, and that's what he said. He also said the repercussions of those who don't do it. So
talk about it, Cindy.
We missed the mark. We missed the mark. Because just like they said, it's going to be the church who sent a lot of people to hell because they will not step foot in a church because of what somebody did or what they saw. And I'm not saying that that's an excuse as far as you doing the right thing.
Right.
But it is so hurtful because the church, that building, is not who God is. It's this right here. Is what's inside of you. It's how you present yourself to somebody else.
Your heart is pure. Your heart is pure.
And there's so many things that we can help as a whole, the community. And I think the church, I'm sorry, but I think as a whole, the black church has failed the black community because there's no way with all the money that we as a church have gained from the black community that black schools are torn down, closed up, people are homeless, living in shelters that's not fit for a dog. And then you have 5-10 churches in a mile radius, and you have people outside the church who are begging for money, who are begging for food, and they can't get help. Or that person in the church who are giving all that they have, and they walk home and they don't have enough to feed their kids or their light bill. They're in the dark. They're in the dark. They don't know how they're going to get to work. Yes, I know we have to have faith. I know we have to. Many a times when I went through my divorce, people did not know that I did not have food and I had to go to a church to ask for food. But I was blessed too because there was a man who he had church in his home. In his home, he had church in his home. Him and his wife, and they paid my light bill because the money that was coming in, they paid my light bill. They gave me food. They helped me. I have more respect. And this is a small, I don't even know how they did it. But they helped me. So I saw true Christianity love in that person. I saw true love in that person. We got to do better, y'all. Because if we don't, as you were saying before, history is repeating itself. It's repeating itself, and we are destroying ourselves. And all it is, the kids growing up now, they losing hope. But that's what they want.
Hope and patience.
They want. But the other folks, the power to be, want us to lose hope. They want us to lose hope. So if we lose hope, we feel okay, or we're numb to what is going on around, the killings, the cruelty.
And then they'll go back to doing whatever they want to do all
Right.
over again.
It's an inhumane world. It's an inhumane world right now. And it's shameful that the richest country, that used to be the richest country in the world, is a laughing stock among other nations. And we don't have to be, but we chose to be because some small
We done
group
lost
of
a lot
people,
of allies
Yeah.
messing around with
a
this
small
man.
group of
that's in
people
office
think
right now.
they're superior because they're white.
Privilege.
That's the only thing that's causing all of this, is certain people are thinking they're superior. Doesn't make
The
sense.
Karens and the Towards.
Yeah, the
Like the Karens
Karens.
and the Towards. The Karens and the Towards.
But make no mistake, it's not going to turn out the way they think it is. Because there's too many people, it's just too many people who have sense. It's too many people who are praying for this country. And I believe in the power of prayer. No matter what somebody says, well, prayer ain't going to do this. Oh, no.
Prayer do a lot for me, honey, because I got a couple of testimonies.
Prayer does a lot, but you have to be
Sidebar.
sincere with it.
Very sidebar. Prayer does a lot. Faith does a lot. Having faith has a lot, goes a long way.
You just can't sit back and just say, well, I'm not going to even, because it'll do this, it'll work out. No, you got to raise, the number one, we got to raise our children. We have to raise our children. And if we don't know how to raise our children, ask for help. Ask for help. Somebody who can mentor us how to
Or just
do better.
grab a child and not kidnap, but just grab a child and then teach them something. Have a talk with them. Find out where their head is at. Find out what they, where they're going with things, or how they see life.
Yeah.
And try to either enhance that vision if it's a good one, or change their mind into a new creation. Make a new creation for them, or give them a new idea. Things of that nature. There's a lot of boys out here who don't have men to look up to.
And there's a lot of girls who need to learn how to respect themselves.
Yeah, let's go there too. Why not?
There's a lot of little girls that
Why not?
beautiful young women, and
Why not?
we gotta teach our young girls not just to be smart and beautiful, but to carry yourself so that other people will
As a
respect you.
queen, and be so you can be respected.
Because you're
Exactly.
supposed to be respected.
At all levels.
Yes, at all levels, but we
At
have
all
to,
levels.
in order for that boy to respect us, we got to respect ourselves. And I'm speaking for myself, not as far as dressing, but learning how to love ourselves. You are a queen, a princess. You are intelligent. You are, what's that? Black girl rock.
You're
We
gifted.
rock.
You're creative.
We do everything. We have
You're
done
a nurturer.
everything.
Remember that you're a nurturer.
We can't settle for just anything. Even that young boy who looks fine, we have to expect something from him. Because if we accept anything from him, we will end up with anything.
Amen to that.
So, I think we done,
Touched a lot. We done did a lot.
yes.
But
we
I
did.
do want our black young boys
Because
and
we gotta
young
stop.
men to group together, band together, get rid of the hate,
Protect each
apologize,
other.
protect your mothers, protect your daughters,
Yes.
protect the women in your life,
Protect yourself.
protect your brother.
Band, teach him. If you know better, do better. That's what I'm going to say. And if you need help, find a mentor. Find somebody.
Ask around. Hey, hit us on sistersdiarylive@gmail.com. We might do the research for you. Just tell us if you need some help. We might try to help you out. Just ask. A closed mouth does not get fed.
It sure doesn't. So look us up, Sisters Diary Live, SISTAS @gmail.com. If you want to write us, and if you want help to find somebody that can help you, we will do the research to try to help. We will try.
Not
We will
saying
try.
we can accomplish something. We will
We
try.
try, because it ain't gonna kill us to
Definitely.
try,
Yeah, it definitely.
because it's
It
gotta
doesn't
stop.
take much for effort.
It's gotta stop. And for those of you, please follow us
On
please,
YouTube,
on
Sisters
YouTube.
Diary Live YouTube.
Please follow us, because
You'll
we
be
have a
seeing
lot.
more of us.
Yes.
We're gonna be doing a lot more lives,
We want
a lot more videos. You know, a lot of postings on YouTube. So just follow us. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yes.
Subscribe. Click the links.
Yes, please.
Respond. Tell us what you think, what you don't like, what you do like. I mean, hell,
Any
we ain't gonna
advice?
care anyway. But you know, but we'll put it. We'll put it
Yes.
in.
We definitely gonna look at it.
We'll
It's
look
nothing.
at it and put it in the back burner or something and just say, you know what, somebody did say something to us about that
If
back
it's gonna
then.
help.
If it's gonna help. But we might not use it at that moment, but
But our main thing right now is for our young brothers, please.
get them to
Please.
vote. Get them out there to vote too.
Yes.
Oh gosh. Drag
If you
a
want to
kid.
pressure somebody, if you want to
Get on somebody's nerves, get on their nerves to go out and vote.
grab them and say, you gonna vote. I don't care. You gonna vote. There you go. Tell them you
Get
gonna
out
vote.
and vote. Start by that. Walk them to the polls.
To vote. That's what you need to do. And help one another. Help your mama. Help your sister. 'Cause
Honor
you got
thy
to-
mother, honor thy father. But it
That don't
also
mean you
says
have to
in the
agree.
back, it also goes reverse too though in the Bible.
Yes, it says not to provoke your children to wrath. So that means you're supposed to honor your mother and father, but parents, you're not supposed to provoke your children to wrath where they want to do something to hurt somebody.
Right.
So that means it's a part we play, and it fits together, and we got to change to make it better for our children and our children and our children's children, and so forth and so on. Build something for our children, because they are trying to kill us.
Teach them to build. How about that? If you already know how to build, teach them to build. Pass the torch.
That's right.
Pass the torch.
Pass it. Pass it.
Looks like you was getting ready to hit me, but Anyway, it's been great chit chatting. We love y'all. Thank you so much for listening. Once again, it's Miss Twilight.
I'm Cindy.
We're Sisters Diary Live.
Yes.
Subscribe and click for us on YouTube, IG, and Facebook, and Instagram.
Yes.
Please
Please
do
do
it
it.
all.
Do it. Tell your friend, your sister, your brother, your auntie, your uncle, your grandmother, your grandfather, your dog, your whoever. Tell everybody to push that button and subscribe to it. Because I promise you, we're going to learn something together.
And we're going to get better at it.
That's right. Mwah.
Later. Cut.